The man was grabbed by a massive steel claw, then he was thrown straight into the furnace. That's how the core of a bullet was forged. A lid slammed shut, and the shell was sent into a cannon, fired across the world in an instant. Not long ago, these were the same workers in his factory, and the man who now burned them alive? He was the factory's boss. Every day, he played the role of a generous philanthropist, recruiting new workers just to polish his own image. He personally toured the factory floor, but his constant exploitation bred only hatred. Every time he appeared, workers glared at him with rage. The boss didn't care. He gave speeches about efficiency and progress, preached replacing workers with robots, one payment up front, machines that never sleep, never eat, never demand wages. Soon, families who barely survived on meager paychecks were left with nothing at all. The workers were kicked out, tossed into the sewers like trash. One man rallied them to confront the boss, but the moment they entered, robot guards shoved them out. And then the killing began. Cold steel against human flesh, a one-sided massacre. While chaos raged outside, the boss sat in comfort, admiring the lifeless precision of his machines. That's when a new idea struck him. He would make himself a god. He strapped mechanical wings to his back. He bathed in the glory of his own illusion. And when more people came to protest, he pulled a single lever. From the ceiling, countless steel claws dropped. Workers were snatched, crushed, and processed into ammunition. Their bodies fired off, stripped of every last ounce of value. But instead of condemnation, he gained fame. People hailed him as a savior of the weapons industry. They called him the god who would protect the world. Meanwhile, he just sat at his computer, smiling at the rising numbers in his stock portfolio, until one day, the sound of claws shook him from his daydream. He stepped outside his room, and saw a crippled worker, one who had already been launched away, somehow returned. But when he blinked, the figure vanished. He brushed it off as a hallucination, and returned to his luxurious suite. Suddenly, the lights went out. The mansion was swallowed in darkness. Even the robots had gone dead, powerless. So he rushed back to the factory. Inside one of the workshops, the worker appeared again, dragging his broken body, swinging a sickle, chasing the terrified boss through the shadows. The man ran, stumbled, and tumbled down the stairs. Then, without warning, the factory lit up. Machines roared back to life, and from the production line, another version of the boss stepped out, identical in every way. It turned out he had planned for this moment all alone, and behind that copy stood dozens more, endless replicas of the boss. At that sight, the last fragments of hope inside the workers' hearts collapsed into despair.